Hello, this is Frank Leeper, and I'm residing in apartment 311B in the Manor Building of Alden Park. I'm making this video to discuss my situation here, since I'm currently behind on my rent. I want to make sure that everybody understands my situation. So I've dealt with different people throughout the years I've been here. I've been here over 4 years now. And now I'm running into problems financially. I'm going to explain how this all started. We moved here in March of 2018. And we had to get out where we were because the landlord was renovating the building, and we stayed for a while, and he wanted us out so bad he paid us. So all I had to do was find a place, and I did find an apartment here. They held it for me and everything. I came over, I gave them the upfront money, the lawyer sent it here and all, and I came down and I signed everything, and they showed me around. And the same day I went back home, and I had this lady and her nephew and her sister had a U-Haul, and they were going to take some things. I said, well, I'm ready, I have the place. Oh, you have the place? Let's go now then. We started. My wife stayed there with her sister until it took 3 trips up here. 3 small U-Haul trucks. The last trip, my wife sat in the front with her sister and her, and I was in the back with her nephew with the stuff. We got in here. First, I let Marie stay downstairs, so she could relax. It's so comfortable here in the lobby down there. I said, Marie, look around, stay put. And her sister stayed with her, with Marie. So we got everything up through the back way, up in here. Once I had it all up in here, then they left and all. Oh, no, that's right. Her nephew helped me get Marie up here, walk her up. We got in here, and oh, she said, what a nice place, the building. She was very happy with it. So I was glad for that. She liked it because it is small, so we could get around easy and all. Everything seems to be all right after that. We went through, at first I signed us up both with the doctor, and, right across the street. That was a really great thing when I had that. And we each went to an appointment every month, and I've been going ever since. And then we went there, and he examined her and gave her some different things to help her, with her pills and all. And everything seemed all right. After a few months here, she didn't feel too good. I said, what'd you do? She said, I don't know, I think I took the wrong pills or something. I said, oh boy. I called the emergency here, and they worked on her here in the apartment. I got them up here, and then they said she's going to have to go in for tests, to see what happened. And I explained to the pills that she took and all, and they took her there, and she was in a few days. I kept calling and all. And they called me, the doctors, finally. I said, look, Frank, I hate to tell you, but she's not going to be able to come home. I said, well, you're going to keep her there? She said, no. She needs to be in a nursing home so she can get long-term care. And then after that, she should be able to come home. It all depends. So I told Marie about it, what she knew, and I didn't want to mislead her or anything, because we were together over 40 years. So we were very upfront with everything. So she understood, and I got a nursing home that's around here, not too far. I was able to walk it. It was a little bit far for me to walk, but I walk up that way a lot. So I was able to walk and see her as much as I could. So after the first month or so, she was still not doing too good. But after like 4 months, she was doing pretty good. Looked like she could come home. And then in May of 2019, she started to get bad again, real bad. And then I went there Thursday, Saturday, and Monday. It was Memorial Day. The last time I saw her, I ate lunch with her. I bought stuff to eat there in the dining room and all. And she seemed all right when I left. Not too bad, And then when I got home, I didn't go back for like maybe 3 days. When I went back, she's in the bed, and her roommate tells me, Frank, she's not eating or nothing. I said, why don't they call me? She said, I don't know. They didn't call me or nothing. And they said, oh, she's all right. She's not in pain. I said, yeah, but she's not eating. I tried to get her up, and she was all, barely could react. I did get her up. She was still alive when I was there. And yeah, she drank a little bit of water from me, and then she just wanted to go back again and sleep. So I let her get down, and then I start trying to massage her, to get her some circulation. I thought maybe that might help. And she said, "Stop that, Frankie." And she knew I was there, no matter what. But I went back home. I didn't like the way she was. They don't want to call the rescue or nothing like that. And then I get a call at, I guess it was around 3 o'clock in the morning. And they said, "Frank, your wife passed away." I said, "Oh, God. We tried everything." I said, "Well, you called?" "Yeah, we called emergency, but the woman coming all called. But why didn't they call before that?" She said she went to do the bed check and she was unresponsive. And they worked on her while waiting for the emergency room, and they pronounced her dead. And that was it. I with all the arrangements and everything, I was so upset. I'm still upset over it. But, I have to go on, here. So, what arrangements I had to make. We combined our money. So, of course, as soon as that happened, not only did I lose Marie, the love of my life, I lost her half of the income. But money is no object as far as that's concerned, I'd have her at any time, If I had to dig ditches or whatever I have to do to get money, I would. So right after that, I was getting a community spouse allowance. That stopped. So then I did have the rent paid for June 2019, and the lease was coming to an end. So I signed up for a 6-month lease. I didn't know what was going to, that would take me to the end of 2019. So I had that June paid, and then I had rent rebate, then I got LIHEAP payments, for the utilities assistance. And then that took me all the way into the end of the year. And starting 2020, I still was on time. I was doing clinical trials and all, getting extra money, paying everything. And then when we got into, towards the end of 2020, I started getting behind. Because I already got, in 2020, I got the rent rebate again and the LIHEAP. That got me all the way to I guess around November, I was paid up. And then after that, I started getting behind. So I was behind the end of 2020 and starting 2021, last year. And by the time I got into April of 2021, I was short on the rent again in April, but I got stimulus. It was like $1,400. So with that money, I was able to pay everything again. I paid all the late rent and everything, and got a new lease. And that's the lease I'm on now. So I got through all 2021 until the end. And I paid up till October of 2021 in full, but I got a late fee. They weren't charging late fees the year before because it was a moratorium because of COVID. But that was lifted. So now in October I did pay the full amount, but I didn't pay it. I paid it before the 5th, a part payment. But then towards the end of the month I paid the rest. So I actually paid October of 2021 in full. But I got charged a late fee. So starting in November, I didn't owe any rent. I just owed that late fee. December, late on the rent, late fee, all the way up till now. We're into May of 2022, and I've been paying 75% of the rent every month, and I'm paying by the 5th of the month. So I know I'm going to get a late fee, but I'm trying to get the money in as much as I can, as soon as I can. So right now, I'm ready to pay June. And I'll probably send this video. When I receive the balance due notice, everything should check out. I'm keeping a monthly, I guess you could call it chart every month. And I have, I already know what I owe for June. I already know exactly what that should be. When I get the July statement, that should be on there. Because it'll have my payment that I'm making for June, and it'll have all the late fee and everything else. The way I have it set up is that when I get the statement, I put the rent total, and then I subtract my payment, and that gives me the late rent. Then I add the late fee and the prior balance. Now that's the total I owe for everything. Then I subtract out the late fees, and that gives me the late rent. And those two together ought to equal the the total for the prior balance. So that should be on my next statement. That should match. Now in July, I'm supposed to get the rent rebate, so I should be able to pay July and possibly August full amount. So that means I won't get any late fee, and my late rent will be the same. That means my prior balance should be the same. It shouldn't change. As long as I make the payment before the 5th of the month, then they can't charge a late fee. Now, if it does, I'll know, why, So I'm already working on all that. If I could pay July and August on time, that'll give me, June, it'll give me July and August to see if I can get some money from stimulus or something, or a clinical trial, whatever. So to top everything off, my health took a turn for the worse at the end of 2021, so that wasn't good. So I had to go to the emergency room towards the end of last year, and I found out that they had to carry me out of here because my legs were swollen and my fluid and everything. So I found out that they took the fluid out, took x-rays and everything, and found out that I have gout. And it's because of the foods that I'm eating and all. That was a bad flare-up. I was there for about 10 hours in the hospital. And I got back home, I wasn't getting around at all. I could hardly get around in here. So once I got the medicine for that, for the swelling and for the pain and all that, I took that, and then I put ice on it, to get the swelling down. After a few days, I was getting around all right. And since then, that's like 6 months. Since then, I really haven't, not any bad flare-up, maybe a little bit, because, I have to watch what I eat. Now, I've been watching it closely, keeping track of everything. I know what I shouldn't be eating, anything that's got purines in it, because that spikes the uric acid that gets in my bloodstream, what doesn't get, to be, taken out of your body. So now I'm pretty much all right with that. I lost about, I guess, let's see, 180. Yeah, I lost about 15 pounds. And it's staying about that, because since I changed the diet now, it's staying about the same. I know, because I go every month. I check my weight here. I check my blood pressure 3 times a day. It's been going up and down a little bit. And that's pretty much that. Now I'm going to discuss the conditions I have. The medical part of this video. Okay, high blood pressure I have. I've been taking medication for that. So then I have osteoarthritis in both knees. And I've had that for a long time, but I didn't really know that. I just thought it's wear and tear. I was getting around all right with it. It hurt a little bit, soreness, but I could still, get around. So I went for a clinical trial, and I qualified for age and everything else. The only thing, they needed to check the knees, because, they're doing the study, and they have to know about my pain. So I saw I have pain, but they did an MRI, and it says I have osteoarthritis. So there's no cure for that. So I have to live with it. I'm at stage 3. And stage 4 would mean I need knee replacements. So I'm all right now. If I need anybody here, I can get it to help me around in here. I don't disrupt the place here at all. Because of my condition, I'm by myself. So I can get out myself. And if I can't, I can have aides come here every day. I have coverage for it. So I would have help to clean here and to put me in the shower and everything. Get me in and out like that. So maybe even take me shopping and all. So I have all that. I straightened that all out. If I got to go to the hospital, they pay for it. Okay, so I've been doing pretty good with these things I have. Then you have carpal tunnel. I found that out from the doctor that I go to over here. He had a doctor in there for that. He checked both hands, took tests, and said, I said, is it the arthritis? He said, no, it's carpal tunnel. It's been about 2 years, and it's about the same. I can move my hands and all. There's a little bit soreness, that's all. But that's not bad, I can deal with that. So all the things I have is treatable right now. So I'm actually all right, but I can't get a place right now. because of the way things are. Okay, so that covers the health. I've already documented that already. So if you need any more about the health, because I'm like in a situation where I can't work, and I'm considered disabled. So, I don't know what that has to do with anything here, because I couldn't find a better place in this nowhere. The way I'm at now, it's small and everything's here, and I'm all set up here and all. I don't want to be moving. I don't want to be thrown out. So for me to go, where am I going to go? I don't have a place. So the money I'm short is between like $250 to $300. I don't think I've been more than, I haven't been 300 yet. But I guess it's giving me stress too and all, and about that, because I'm worried about it, that I can only pay so much. I mean, based on I need to supplement my income. I have been doing it all along, but now it's been over a year since the government has given the low-income people anything. They haven't. So they probably will soon, because the election's coming up and they don't want to lose their seats that they have. If the Republicans win, then these people will be out of jobs, the Democrats, so they want to keep their jobs. So then maybe they'll work on it. If it takes so long to do anything, get us another payment, and I'll put it all into here, of course. Like I said, I'll be paying hopefully in July and August on time, and that'll give me time. I won't owe any more money. It'll give me time to get some money. Now I'm going to discuss next the money-making ideas that I have. It's all speculative, but anything can happen. I've been working on some of it already. I've been trying to do too much. Okay, first of all, the clinical trials. I haven't been able to get one lately because of my age and everything. But I'll probably get another one. And they do pay. Some of them pay a lot. Because if I qualify for one, say, I could get $4,000 maybe in 5 days. Depending on, if I stayed over, and I could stay a week or something like, I think, yeah, at $3,500. If I stayed for 1 week, that was one of them, and they said, if I have to qualify, of course, they would bring me back and everything, pick me up, bring me back, so I could get enough money. They put it on a Mac card, what do you call it, debit card, so I would get the money right away, and I could pay here. I would have money left. I'm not, like I said, that far behind monthly. But if you add it all together, it starts to get, built up. If I didn't have to pay for this, triple play I have, it was only around 100. Now it's close to 200. That 200 right there, I'd be almost have enough every month. But I need to have it. What am I going to do? I wouldn't be making videos or anything else. I wouldn't be getting my notices from the landlord or nothing. I wouldn't be able to do anything here. Okay, so now let's see the plans I have to get money. First of all, I have a YouTube channel. Anybody can have it. If you make a video and put it on YouTube, you can have a YouTube channel. I made over 6,000 videos in the last couple of years. It's an awful lot. Like what you see here, like this. The way I look here. I made all kind of doing songs and everything, my songs that I wrote. And the songs of singers, and I'm performing them and all. Take 3-minute videos and all, but I'm not getting enough views, I'm not getting enough likes, and I'm not getting enough subscriptions. If I got about, 1,000 subscriptions, and a lot of likes and views, a certain amount of views, I would be getting paid every month. I looked up one of the channels that I watch, and this guy, he makes maybe 3 videos a day. It may be 10 minutes long, something like that. Because the more he makes in one day, he's getting views for each one, and he's getting likes and all that. So he's making $20,000 a month. So I don't care if I only made a couple hundred. It'd be all right for me, but I have to get the right thing for the people want, Now I have the YouTube Studio app. I looked it up. My way my channel is. And it shows I'm not getting any viewers from up to it starts, it's from 60 on up. I get all my views and stuff. So that's older people like me that might like the old songs and all that. So it just, I've been trying on that a lot. I haven't been doing too much of that lately because I had this gout and everything. And I've been concentrating on my diet so much I don't feel up to it. I'm making this video, of course. I feel better now. That's why I'm making it. Okay, so now that covers that YouTube possibility for me to get money, being in here. Okay, now my wife wrote 3 short stories about our long life together, over 40 years together. She divided it into 3 books. Okay, so she dictated all that to me, and I wrote it all down. It took a couple of years for us to do that, a little bit every day. And then once it got done, she didn't write nothing down. I said, why didn't you write anything down, Marie? And she said, no, Frankie, you're writing it down. So it wouldn't have worked out any better than doing it that way. So we got it all done. And then she tells me, Frankie, I got a publisher. I said, what? How is she getting a publisher? You don't just get a publisher like, oh no, I told them about the writing and stories and all. And they said, well, send the manuscript in and we'll go over it and see, if we could do anything with it. I said, okay. I mean, she told me the name of the company and all. I said, well, by the name of the company it sounded reputable, but when I finally sent it all and they called her that they got it and went through it and they can do it. They can do the book. It's nothing offensive in it or nothing. It's a true story and all. And then she put me on the phone. She said, Frankie, I don't know what to do. They're asking for money. I said, well, I figured that, and I talked to them. I said, look, you know what you do? Send the contracts. They said, you got 2 years to decide what you want to do, how you want to either pay the amount of money in full, what's owed for. You can pay a little bit at a time, and when you get paid, we'll finish the book. And we'll take it from there. So I said, okay, I sent the contract, and I contacted them, and I said, no, we can't do it right now. So then I went over to Marie. She said, well, let me see that. Well, I said, I read it real carefully. Altogether, with all the things that they're going to do, it's going to cost like $3,000. She said, $3,000? I said, yeah, Marie, they shouldn't be charging if it's a vanity press. If you just want your story at book form and everything, fine. They'll have the picture of you on the cover, even if I guess, or me, whatever you want. But you can pay them either in one lump sum, pay them a little bit every month. Even if they finish doing everything, they won't put it out. They're not going to publish it or nothing because you have to finish paying them. I explained it all to her that whatever, say we pay $3,000 and they do the book and they get it out and money starts coming in. We would get all the money coming in until we're paid the $3,000. Once we get the $3,000, we'll still get the money, except we give them 50 cents on every book sold, which is not bad. It's like, if the book is $10, we're getting $9.50 and they're getting 50 cents. That part's all right, but not paying money like that. So I told her, I said, Frankie, what are we going to do? I said, no, they're not the only company. I start sending out query letters and all with the synopsis and all, but they didn't want it. They're too busy, those companies, and they only take, you got to know exactly what they want. I did it, and I said, well, just keep trying. Maybe I can get a book deal. So now I'm still working on that. I made the 3 stories and the 3 audiobooks, which I have on YouTube. So it's on there, and I got a long description in each one. I'm looking for a publisher. Somebody wants to publish the book. They can. If anybody wants to do it, that can do it. Even if you're not, if you just want to work with me and be a partner, I said we could go 50-50. If you want to buy the book, well, we'll make a deal, and then you can do what you want. Then I don't get nothing. So that was I'm working on that. That's a possibility. Now next, I guess I'd say I'm looking for a record deal. I wrote songs over 40 years ago, so I have them all. I have albums, which I paid Vanity Press to have my picture on the front with other singers, other songwriters too. So I knew that wasn't going to do nothing, but I did it for to try to get my songs out there. So got a few albums. I have 45 RPM records. I have acetate discs. I have, I guess, audio cassettes. This is over 40 years ago with lead sheets and everything. And I've been putting them on YouTube, all the songs that I do, just like I'm doing here with this video. And nobody's interested. I'm not getting no response. I guess the songs are old, but you can't tell they're not really dated. Because what I wrote was the same now. You know, you wouldn't know whether I wrote it now or over 40 years ago. So I'm working on that. If I could just get one song. I'm getting ready to work on the Christmas song again. Because I got to start it now. You know, because maybe someone would be interested. I could sell it. That would be fine. I would know we'd get enough money. Take care of me for a while here, and then I'd have time to, you know, keep track of my health, go to my doctor every month, pay, you know, and I wouldn't be worried about the rent here and all like I am. I'm very stressed out over it because I'm already emotionally distressed. So it helps making videos like this. It helps explaining everything. So it's like, okay, now that's okay. Now the record deal, that's possible. Now next, I'm going to do a documentary on the video store that I worked for in 1991. I was working in the video store. I worked two of the mom and pop stores. I just happened to have a lot of video store footage, the way things were then. So maybe someone's interested can put it together. I've also posted a lot of it on YouTube and Twitter. You know, the video store inside and all the, you know, the video I have of it. So I'm trying to get someone to do that. That's again another way for me to get some money. So yeah, I have a lot of things, but I have to work on them, you know. And plus, I'm looking for even a movie deal. Because one of the books, the first book that Marie wrote, that could be made into a movie. It's got songs and everything that I wrote in it and all. And it's something to do with Neil Diamond. And Neil Diamond's still around. Whether a company be interested in doing a movie of that story the way it is, well, maybe. He might do it. You know, he has Parkinson's, but he's still getting around and all. He might decide to do the songs. I wrote them for him, but that it never happened. He wasn't taking outside material. I don't think he even knew anything about it. So that's a possibility. I have other projects. I'm not going to go into them now because I already explained a lot of it. Now I have. Let's see. I'm gonna mention suggestions here. Whether, you know, this is nothing. If it doesn't, it could apply to me. Of course, I'm making the suggestions. I don't know if any of it's possible. Okay, I'm going to start with the portal, the rental portal. I paid a lot on there since I've been here. Yeah, I've been here 50 months. And I've, you know, used the portal. But the only thing wrong now, I can't use it because I can't pay what is due. I can put in more money, but I can't put in less. So I think when someone's in a situation like I am in, why don't you allow it? You think I'm going to pay less? I'm getting a late fee. You think I'm going to pay any less than I am? Maybe you just, that's the way it's set up. Maybe you can't just change one person. You might have to change the whole system. So that's the way it is. I understand that. But it would be a lot easier for me and you because I know the money goes right in that I have as quick as I can get it to you. But until I pay up, like when I paid up, I was using the portal. You know, when I paid up last year at this time. But once I started getting late again, I couldn't use it. So I just mentioned that. And now, in reference to me, personally me, did you ever think of having a special unit set up to work with people like me? You'd have to have certain, you know, a few people maybe, you know, in the office or that could do it. I mean, that would just deal with me completely, me on this balance due, and maybe they could help me get some assistance besides, you know, that they would do it, you know, take care of it for me. And maybe they have Section 8, maybe they could get a tax credit. Whatever it is, I'm willing to do anything, you know, to stay here. So I mentioned that because, and plus you'd have to be, it wouldn't be for everybody, it would only be for mostly people, maybe, I guess, they say 62 or older. Yes, there's all ages here, I know that. So then you could help that person. You can, as long as they're paying and they want to stay and you don't want to lose a good tenant. So you could, maybe you could do something like that. Now, let's see. Oh yeah, 10%. It's 10% late fee. Do you ever think you could give senior citizens a 10% discount? Charge whatever you charge and take 10% every month. So now that I'm getting charged a 10% late fee, and it is on the rent total, so I would be getting, take the 10% off, then you add the 10% from the late fee, and it would balance it out at least. I just won't be getting the discount. And I won't owe the late fee either. So that, that could be, thought out. I don't know if anything's possible like that. That's pretty much it. Oh yeah, one more suggestion. I'm not sure. I have the shower and there's only a small threshold, and I can get over, get in the shower myself right now. I have a shower chair, I have a rubber mat, and I can make it, but I'm a little bit nervous. My doctor told me about it. He said what you should do is when you go, you're going to take a shower, take it during normal hours so people are around, and leave your door shut, but keep it unlocked. So if you happen to have an accident or something in there, you can call for help. You can have your phone nearby somewhere, but in case you don't, you can still get help to get you up and everything. So that's what I do. So that takes care of that. Now back to the shower. No grab bars. If I had grab bars, I could probably get it done, but I have to check with maintenance, but they would allow me to have it done. But I think the Medicaid would pay for it. Something like that. It's something needed for my health. I have all the coverage and everything. So I think that's something you could look into. It'd be like, I guess, 3 bars, one on the wall, one on the front, maybe horizontal, and one on the outside to go in. If I had that to hold on to pull myself up and everything, I'd be a lot safer. I think if you contact your insurance company, if you were going to do it for the whole building, I don't know if anybody else has it or not, but if you were going to do it for the whole building, I'm sure they would give you a better rate on the insurance for something like that. An improvement like that, I think it'd be good. It's a one-time thing. You'd be done with it. And it's safety for everybody. Anybody can fall in the shower. You don't have to be old. You can slip. Anything can happen. So I wanted to mention it because I noticed downstairs that in the bathrooms you do have grab bars. You have it on the side, you have it around the toilet and all. I know because everybody's using that. Excuse me. And you need to protect that. So I think that's about it right now. Excuse me. And, I just wanted to go over all this. I'll be sending this video off soon. I'm going to go over it again. I think I covered everything, pretty much. I didn't want to go into too much detail. I've already mentioned a lot of this stuff. So that you know my situation and what I'm trying hard. And I want to stay here. I like it here an awful lot. I cannot find a better place than this. I'm going to mention one more thing about trying to find another place. Of course, I won't. If I have enough money and I pay on time, I don't want another place. And if I would get another place, I can't get anything like this for the price anyway. I'm giving all the money I have every month. So I don't have any money to pay for upfront money for another place or moving expenses. I won't have that. Now I have applications in for 3 places around here, but it's years. The waiting lists are years long, so by then maybe I can get back on my feet, financially and all, and I'll be able to pay here on time. So I hope that this is, well, the places there's 3 of them, like I said, they're nearby here. They're in the same zip code. I don't like to mention any names or anything. I have paper applications in, and I have one I put online. There's 3 of them. They're a little bit different each one, but they all have, one has 70 apartments, one has 200 something, another one has 300 something. So, but they still don't have any empties. They don't say they don't have anything. And if they do, there's a waiting list already. Who knows how many people's on the waiting list. So I've been having that problem with that. And I just can't. But if I had low-income housing, I'd pay like 1/3 of what I'm paying here. Because they get a tax credit, I think. And then the government, I think, pays 1/3. And then I would pay the 1/3. Plus, those places only have maybe 1 bedrooms. The one place only has 1 bedroom. Yeah, one of the other places do have efficiency, studio, and then 1 or 2 bedrooms, something like that. So I think that lets you know. Now, if something would come along, I would definitely let you know. Any changes now in finances, health, anything, I will make sure you know. And if for some reason I would get an apartment, but it's impossible. I can't even get a room. So just nothing. And the room would cost me more than what I'm paying here. So why would I want to do all that? And my condition, I can't be out in the street. Well, I won't survive. You know, and even in a nursing home. A nursing home, I'd be all right because they give me all the food and everything I need, I should have. But I still have to qualify for that. I might not be able to. I mean, I have to be really disabled where I can't feed myself or something, or I can't get around or something. I would have to be in a nursing home. But I'm not that way now, you know, so that's why I like it here so much. I can get around. So again, I really like it here. Everything's perfect because the size of the apartment is fine for me. You know, to live in here like I am so far. As far as food goes, I have food stamps and everything to cover that, SNAP, and I can get it delivered. You know, they have it. They take that now. The only problem is getting it up here for me. I don't know, did they deliver, bring it up. But I can bring it from downstairs. I went through the parking lot and everything, when I was outside shopping myself, and take it through the building, so I could do that. Yeah, I'll discuss that. I've already signed up for that and all. So that I have. That pretty much covers everything now. Thank you for your time and everything, and thank you for working with me so far. I hope you continue to work with me because I'm keeping track of everything, and I'm trying very hard to stay here, and I do appreciate it. So let me know. I probably will send this off, when I get the balance due. Notice again, it'll be on the 6th when the late fee is charged, and then I'll probably put a link. If I don't, I might send it separate. But I'll still fill in. I'll explain it different in the email, for the balance due. Make sure I'm, going to be able to pay what I say. But any changes in anything, I will let you know. Have a great day. Bye.